Okay, here we are with another video. And actually, I should have did this before I started. This was sent to me by a watcher about this guy who I covered this guy before. Or not really the guy, I think it was the girl. She's one old washed up bitches that just happened to, not get too fat. So now she thinks she can keep up with the young generation and, you know what I'm saying? And try to be cute and happy and in the videos with a nice shiny background. And yeah, she's just old as fucking, and just done, right? But she's still a little cute though. It happens. So like I said, all older women aren't ugly as fuck. She's not ugly. She's a decent looking woman. So, but this is a topic that I think guys have a harder issue to understand than girls. And this issue is more reason why girls are always in a freaked out, panicky mode whenever they do end up with some guy, because they know the reality of this is, I don't care how pretty she is, I don't care how good she sucks dick, I don't care how jiggly her ass is, I don't care who she is. After time, you are just going to get tired of fucking her. And it's and see, the reason why I think that this part is easier for women, for the female watchers to understand than the men, is because women have been getting pumped and dumped or been getting offered to get pumped and dumped since they were 12 and 13. So they know that pretty much what they bring to the table from just being seen in a club or something like that, what they bring to the table, it's happy while the guy, first gets it. It's a good time. But then after the guy's gotten it and bust nuts all in it and all that and fucked her in the washing machine, fucked her, in a roller coaster, and he done everything he could with her. He just doesn't want to fuck her. So then after that, see, that's where a lot of women panic, is once a lot of women will panic once they realize they can't keep a man with sex. That's why. Because they've been getting pumped and dumped since they were 12 by the 15-year-old boys. And they seen it. You know what I'm saying? It was like seeing the Matrix. They can't unsee it. So bitches know this. So see that's why that's the reason why it hurts women on a deeper level, because they know they can't keep you. Once you get tired of fucking them, it's nothing else most of them can really do. All right. Now, some girls, so there are some great girls out there who will genuinely, be loving and caring and try to take care of you and do, and wait for you to come back around to her pussy when you get a taste for it again, type of thing. But most women, they just can't handle that shit, man. They just can't. Because it's got to be all about them, 24/7. The second is not, mental breakdown, fucking, thoughts of suicide type shit. But anyway, with this video, so this is titled, "I Cheated on My Boyfriend. Now He Speaks. Trigger warning." And they've been together, I think they've been together like 17-year relationship. So man, okay, let's just be real about this shit. By the time, any man is gonna get tired of fucking any one woman for, especially 17 years. He just doesn't want to fuck the bitch. It's not that he don't like her. It would be the same thing as eating your favorite food every day, 3 times a day for the next 17 years. You will literally rather eat dirt just to have something else, just to taste something different. Now, the reality of relationships like this is, the reality of a situation like this, most men don't care who fuck her. Most men will say, who's been in relationships for that long, if it really comes down to it and they're being honest, most men would just rather the woman go fuck somebody else and just not tell him about it and don't put him on blast about it. Now, the fact that she brought this motherfucker on YouTube and sat next to him and talked, that's a whole different area that maybe he likes that. Maybe he grew to like the idea that his bitch is fucking other dudes. Maybe he could be one of those guys who has that thing. I don't know. That wouldn't work for me. But most guys will tell you, if they're being completely honest, they don't, after a year or two, they don't care who fucks as long as this woman comes back and is, loyal to him and act like she has sense to him, because he's tired of fucking her. Let's just be real about it. Anyway, let's start the video. Can't tell that my heart just been frozen. Stay low, key, now don't cause no commotion. That's just for promotion. Bro,
my emotion. These songs that I'm composing, stay fly, that's cause I'm chosen. And I don't do the boasting, but all she do is post them. She like me cause I'm open, and I ain't off the potion. But I might be crispy like a white tee, meditated like Tai Chi, keep a check like Nike. Can't find a nigga that's like me, but I see fuck niggas that's like me.
What's up, guys? Today we're gonna be filming the most wanted video of all times, which is a Q&A with the super famous
Oliver
Rivers. This is something that you guys have requested in a very, very, very long time. Here he is. I asked him if he wants to answer your questions. He said yes, and that's what we're gonna do today in this video, and it's gonna be quite a lot of really tricky, sensitive, difficult questions, I would say.
Let's do it.
You see for yourself. And if you like our content, please make sure to click the like button or the dislike button, you can choose, and the subscribe button, and also the bell button, because that's always going to put my videos on top of your feed, and you're always going to be notified when I have new videos.
Damn, my ad already.
Every week.
Denně pecka dne, plná jen 24 hodin. A k tomu stovky slev na bol.cz. Toto není jenom brownie, to je brownie ke 120. narozeninám Milky a vy můžete vyhrát dárek.
Hold up, I ain't nobody you wanna fuck with. I ain't your body, I ain't no hobbyist. I got a pumpkin glum that'll dump 6 slugs and a pump kids and a pumpkin complex.
Comes from Ryan Harley 11. How do you feel about sharing Adina sexually with other men and women? Oh shit.
I would say it's getting easier and easier because, as said, we're standing on these different extremes. Yeah. As I mentioned in my video that I haven't posted, so I might still post it. It's also a journey for me. Yeah. It's not that in all these years I never had desires, I never had fantasies. Yeah. So I'm trying to focus less on what she does. Yeah. Because ultimately if she's happy, it's great. Why should I limit her? Yeah. My ambition is to not limit my partner. Yeah. So I try to focus on more what it is that I want, what it is that I desire. Yeah. And by focusing on that, maybe the whole other story might resolve itself. Yeah.
So smart.
So that's how I
see. Okay, and all right. See, I also know it because if I remember correctly, she has his child, so he's got to play this. he's got that dynamic to play with too. But this is translation. Look, I'm tired of fucking this hoe. She has my kids, so she can financially rape me. So look, just go. Okay, I'm impressed that he. I don't say I'm impressed. I'm shocked that he would do a video like this about this topic. Because like I said before, man, you get tired of fucking that woman after a time. And no guy there is no one woman on this planet that can fully please one guy sexually for a long period of time. Because you'll just get tired of just that woman. Even if she can shapeshift, you gonna get tired of fucking the shapeshifting bitch. All right? It's just that's just, I mean, like I said, like it's like if your favorite pizza is fucking Pizza Hut, and that's it, or if your favorite food is Pizza Hut, and you had to keep fucking eating Pizza Hut 3 times a day every day for the next 2 years, that should have drive you crazy. All right, he don't care. He doesn't care who she fucks. He's being a bit more cordial about the shit, and I wouldn't have gone on YouTube talking about it, but he don't care.
I see things, yeah. So there's times where I'm actually happy that is the case.
Yeah.
Because it means there's less pressure on me. Like I don't always have to provide. I don't always have to listen. I don't always have to be there.
You don't always have to provide big erections.
So I think when I reach my
and then don't get this twisted. See, I know how she's playing it and twisting it in her head, but I know what he's saying too. Okay. I would have told him never to do this on YouTube, but I get where he's coming from, as a man. Like, he's just tired of fucking the hoe. Let's be real about it. He doesn't want to, he at this point, he's probably disgusted at the thought of having to fuck her. All right. I don't care what country she's from, what accent she has, whatever the fuck. I don't care if she's fucking Beyonce, Rihanna, all them bitches in their prime. The man gets tired of fucking them. All right. But I know how she's spinning it as, see, this is where women get this horrifically confused. And I was just on Facebook, and I replied to this guy's comment about a similar topic. Women, they never grow out of the mentality that more always equals better. It's almost like that. It's almost like how America used to be with bigger is always better. And then we find like we're starting to grow out that shit now, but we went through that bad for maybe like about 50, 60 years. Bigger is always better. And women kind of have that same theory. And they never. So how she's spinning in her head, how she's spinning it as, oh, well, I can still go out and get attention from men and women. So I'm still valuable. I'm still good. That's all she's seeing. OK, this is not about being sexually pleasured or anything like that, because if it was, she'd only want it from him. This is not about that. This is about her still being able to go out and get attention. All right. And the reality of it is he's just tired of her and really could care less about giving her attention anymore at this point, from my assumption of it.
My next level, it's going to be totally fine for me. Yeah. And I'm going to be able to enjoy the freedom that it brings to me.
Yeah,
so next question
freedom.
Coming from Cricket is Love 20. And he asked, does Oliver have had sex with another woman other than you?
Yeah, of course. So I think for 12 years it didn't happen. Also because I was so stuck in my conditioning, that it was the wrong thing and not the good thing to do. And over the last couple of years, I absolutely allowed myself to have that experience with different women. So the answer is yes. Yeah, it's likely to happen again. Yeah.
Don't say that.
Yeah, she's mad. Yeah, you see that?
I don't.
She can't stand that. She doesn't want to hear it. But if she talks about it, it's all fine, right? See, now pay attention to that. See, she can't stand hearing that, because to women, it's all about being valued. It doesn't matter from who or from where. Is she getting valued by someone that is, I guess, like, respectable? That's why she can't stand to hear it. Now she can read the questions off. How many nuts did Antoine bust on your head? Oh, but Antoine busted exactly 5 nuts on my forehead, and he just said, you know what I'm saying, because he don't give a fuck no more. But see, to women, it's all about attention. So once he had to phrase it properly to where it wasn't attacking her value to him. But see, that last sentence kind of attacked her value to him, to the point where, like, yes, it'll happen again. I'm gonna go out and fuck another bitch. Oh, I can't like it now. I can't take it. Yeah, because see, the fact that he can go out and fuck another bitch means that she must not be as valuable as she thought she was. That's why it hurt.
Don't have to think about it. Next question. Hello Nee asks, have you ever felt like breaking up for good would have been the right choice?
Yes.
What?
See?
Yeah, I never thought that.
So yeah, of course, there were moments where I thought, I'm done with this. Yeah,
Okay.
I left the house, went somewhere else, moved some places for a while, and I'm sure those moments will come again. Yeah, it's as I said, it's like the stock market; it goes up and down. You will have amazing moments, and you will have not so amazing moments. I think the goal is more to reduce the impact the lows have on your life, and to see what is the lesson from the low.
Okay, next question I like very much. It's from Mila the Ace, and she's asking, hey Oliver, do you still believe in monogamous relationships and marriage in general?
Yeah, let's take quickly marriage. So I'm not a believer in marriage. Yeah, I don't think it's a good and healthy concept today. Like, I personally, I don't need a piece of paper.
Most men
or
don't.
Any label to define our relationship. So that in regards to marriage, and the other part of the question was,
most men that married, that the paper's for the woman so she can broadcast to her friends that she got married and be of higher status. Most men don't give a fuck about that paper.
Do you still believe in monogamous relationships?
Because there's so many angles to monogamy. Like, what I have learned is that there are many people that I know as well, that are in a monogamous relationship, but under the hood, there's a lot of fantasies, a lot of thoughts, a lot of suppressed desires. Do I think that's healthy? I don't think so over the long run, because at the end of the day, you only have one life, and you better make the most of it. So how I see it personally today is that it's probably a mix of There will be phases where you go more inwards, where you're maybe not interested at all in other people, not even your partner. Then there will be times where you're very focused on your partner. Then there will be times where maybe somebody else will share the space. Yeah, so I think there's not anymore for me this one thing. It's constantly evolving, constantly changing. Which is why the term of free relationship is still very beautiful. So it's constantly reshaping, it's constantly asking yourself, is this where I want to be? Not in the sense that you want to run away every day, but what is it I desire, you know?
Yeah, and I think just the idea.
Okay, and I want to say this too, man. In my opinion, the more he's the one in control. For real. In my opinion, he's the one in control. Because the one who because I hear what he's saying. Translation, he's tired of the bitch. He's tired of her. He really don't want to fuck her anymore, you know, but she's probably, you know, she's probably a consistently there person in his life. You know, she's not the worst person in his life. I'm pretty sure they got a kid together or two or something like that. He just doesn't want to fuck the bitch. All right. But he's in control. And you want to know how I can tell he's in control? Is because the one who's because I'm reading between the lines of what they're both saying. He's tired of her. He's tired of her. That's what he's really saying. Okay. And the first one to get tired of the other one in the relationship, that's the one who's really in control. The first one to get tired in a relationship, they're the one who's in control.
Idea of coining a relationship, a free relationship, gives you the space to actually express yourself fully. While when we got into a relationship, for me, nobody told me that there's different concepts other than that. That's how I grew up into. That's what I saw my parents doing, right? I think it's also just about the idea that we allow ourselves to think there is more ways of relating. There is not just, yes, you can find one person that you really very much enjoy and you can spend a lifetime with them, but that doesn't mean that you're not allowed to have attractions to other people. And this might sound like the most simple concept, but honestly, for me, I had to learn that this is okay and it's not wrong.
Yeah, also, what I think is important is that relationship is not all about sex. Yeah? It's not like you're having sex 24 hours.
Yeah.
Especially if you run a business together, you've been together for there's so many more elements. You have a kid, you have another kid coming. So a relationship becomes much more than this single
I love that
thing.
You say that, exactly.
Yeah?
It's really like a partnership where really that's also how I see our relationship now more and more after all these challenges that I really see in this world, especially where we live right now. It's so important that you have community, right? That you have support, you're not being alone, and you're really having company where you know they're always going to go with you through thick and thin, and that's actually what gives you mental stability as well. And that also means a relationship might not look like it looks like in Disney movies or something, but it is a real stable, strong partnership where you know this person is never gonna let you down or so. And that is something that I appreciate more and more about.
Well, yeah. Then that's what I said earlier. Yeah, it's more about like they're probably just good partners together, because you know what I'm saying. Like they're probably the partnership means that part will definitely mean more than sex in the reality, and more times than not, married couples will go through this at some point. Because you're just going to get tired of that person. And, you know, partnership wise, you're just going to get tired. But like I said, I think in the first video I made of him, I think I was roasting him. But now that I'm hearing him talk and hearing his side of it, what he's saying, and then watching her responses to him, he's the one in control. I guarantee you, he started fucking other bitches first. And then she caught on later. To try to equal it out. Because, I mean, that's what women do. They follow men all the time. If it's a man they respect, they're going to follow anything he does. If it's eating gun shrapnel, she's going to start eating gun shrapnel and shit. It's just what they do. But yeah, no, he's in control. But he's in control. He's tired of fucking. Now I wouldn't have went on YouTube about it because most relationships have that agreement at some point that look, I know you're gonna fuck somebody else. Just don't embarrass me. Just don't embarrass me and put me on blast about it. That's usually from the one who's not in control. That's usually, you know, what's going on. For the one who's not in control, they'll say, look, I know you're gonna fuck other bitches. Just don't tell me about it and just don't put me on blast about it. So the fact they went on YouTube is a bit strange to me. But I mean, everybody has their own, you know, situations in life.
Our relationship actually also, and that's how I feel about our relationship more and more. Next question comes from Cat XLIN, Catholicsyn. So, and her question is, what would you do if Oliver gets another woman pregnant? What would I do?
Don't listen to what she's gonna
At the point
say.
where I'm standing right now, I would totally accept it, and I would absolutely stay with Oliver. I would love to push myself to, you know, step even into the role of also taking care of it. It's absolutely possible, and I think it's all just in our mind. Obviously, where I stand right now, it's not the easiest to deal with mentally, but I know that where I want to head to, I would definitely want to support and to be there, and you know, maybe it would make our relationship even more amazing or something like this. I don't know. Who knows?
I mean, it's also a big question of how it happens. Like, is it an accident or is it like a purposeful done thing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're looking her eyes. He should have talked to this in a room. Like he should have done a video like how I do videos and talked about this shit. Is it an accident? Of course, in her mind, she said it better be an accident. You ain't supposed to go out there and intentionally go impregnate another woman because that means you're gonna leave me. So it better be an accident. You better not meant to have done it. That's the first thought that ran through her head when he said, "Is it an accident, or is it on, or did I find another woman?" That's the first thought that ran through her
Something like
head.
this. I don't know. Who knows?
I mean, it's also a big question of how it happens. Like, is it an accident or is it like a purposeful done thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, and what is the setup going to look like after? Like, there's so many other questions that tie in with that.
Yeah.
But I totally agree with Adina. I think we're at a point where we would try to figure it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I just know that I wouldn't want to not have Oliver in my life, and that would mean that I would adjust to whatever situation there is, and I know there is no situation that cannot be overcome. It's always the mind that holds us back from overcoming certain situations. And I wouldn't want to fight what life puts in my path, because I do believe that everything that comes into my life comes as a gift and comes to serve me. That's where I stand.
Like one of the biggest fears next to dying is that your partner cheats on you, or that's like the two biggest fear. And if you can remove it.
I've honestly never had that fear. And that's probably why none of my partners have ever, I don't think they cheated on me. Because you can just tell, you know, you a lot of times, well, not every time, but a lot of times you can just tell. And the fact that I've genuinely, like with my girl now, I've never even thought about it. I mean, I know there's guys who are hitting on her somewhere and wouldn't mind getting some free extra side pussy or something like that. But I've never lived in that fear. That is never. No, I mean, like I said, every guy's different. I'm not trying to make fun of him for that or anybody watching this, but I have never had that fear of my current primary girlfriend cheating on me. I've never I just simply don't care. And I think that's what kind of like implants the deterrent from her going out and cheating is the fact that I don't care. It's not gonna mean anything to me, you know. So it's because like I said, women are like children, man. They only do like a lot of things like that. They only do it because they know it's gonna piss you off. So like, I told you guys that for an example. This is a side rant, but as an example, my ex-wife. Now, like I said, I never cared. Cheated, blah blah. And we even had the conversation. Like, look, if you fuck somebody, just don't tell me. You better go on the other side of Czech Republic and do it, and don't make fun of me about it and shit like that. And then it was never a thing. But now the one thing that my ex-wife knew was that I hated sleeping alone in the house because we had a house. I hated sleeping alone in that house alone. So when she would get mad or about anything, she would go over her girlfriend's house who lived in the next village over and stay down there. So that's what she would do. You see, women, they do shit like that because they know it's gonna piss you off a little bit, so they'll get back at you for you know what I'm saying. So like, I think that's a bit reason why, because I think just how I walk and talk, like bitches know, like I don't care about them. Like I genuinely don't care, if she goes out and cheats or not.
That fear, your life is going to become so much richer. Yeah. And
you become the actual partner to your partner that is necessary, like a real lifetime partner where there's nothing that can happen that actually can destroy your relationship. You become a real partner for your partner. Everything else is just like, oh, as long as you serve my needs, I'm gonna be a good partner to you. But the moment you do something that I don't like, I will not be your partner anymore. And that I don't consider that a relationship. And for me, really, my goal is right now where I stand with Oliver. I just want to I would love to be his lifetime partner, to be there for him. He knows, as crazy as I am, I'm always going to be a rock in his life, where he knows I'm always going to be there whenever he needs me. And I think that is so much more important than all the other things all around that are oftentimes very temporary also.
Yeah.
Okay, so next question comes from Ruta DB, and she's asking what you look for.
She's been alpha widowed already. If I had to guess, if he were to leave her, he would leave her alpha widowed at that point. I mean, she'd put on a fake act that she was happy with some new guy after that. He did something, and it was most likely something sexually. He did something that completely rewrote some part inside of her, and he'll always hold that spot in her. See, this is an example of being an alpha and not being 6'3", muscular, and all that shit like that. It's the mentality. It's the mentality. It's that alpha show of ultimately not giving a fuck. He's pulling it off. It's a weird direction. The only reason I say it's a weird direction is because he's on YouTube with the bitch doing a video with her, because I wouldn't have done that. But this is alpha shit for real. This really is alpha level shit. Honestly.
For what do you look for in other women that Adina does not provide you?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I love that question.
And
this is this is alpha level shit, but it's not AD type alpha, or it's not like Patrice O'Neal alpha. See, the alpha level. Okay, see, his power is in how he's phrasing the shit for the bitch, because he has that level of patience to phrase shit to make it sound like something else when he's really doing something else. Okay, because all he said this whole time is, I'm tired of fucking this bitch. She's a consistent, loyal person in my life, but I don't want to fuck the hoe, so I really don't care anymore. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to keep her around, but I really don't care. That's essentially all he said this entire time. Now, how he phrased it and what she heard was, oh, well, he wants to give me all the sex. He's so comfortable in his skin that he wants to give me sexual freedom to go out and hook up with other men and women. Okay, that's how it got sold to her. So that's what she's seeing and hearing. But what he's saying is, I'm tired of fucking this hoe. It's probably not the worst life with her. She's probably giving him some money. Like I said, he alpha widowed her already. But he's doing it in a polite way, so where you would think he was on some beta shit at first. See, this is polite pimp shit. He is a polite pimp. That's what this is.
Yeah, where do I start? There's, again, a couple of angles to that. But the thing that instantly pops to my mind is peace. Yeah, peace. Like, in the past, I would always think, oh, it's all about the beauty and the looks. But where I've found so much beauty in right now is that a new woman just gives me peace. Yeah, there's no history, there's no trouble, there's no challenges. There's no friction.
This is pimp. Okay. I think in the first video I roasted his ass, But now I'm hearing him talk. No, this is polite pimp because he's telling the bitch right off. Look, when I go fuck. Okay, see, because this is why I couldn't do it in this format because I've been and had the bitch crying and all types of shit. But see, he's better than me in this regard. I mean, I can do this. I can be him, but like when you just catch me and I'm just being regular me, I don't have time for that shit. But I can do it. See, because translation, what he is literally sitting in front of a camera on YouTube, sitting next to the bitch saying, I can go fuck a bitch and not have any other dumb shit that you bring to the table. This new bitch, I don't have to deal with any of that. I go fuck her and not deal with your bullshit. That's what, but he's so polite about it. And like I said, with women, you can sell women dog shit if you're polite with it. They'll buy dog shit for $5,000 if it depend on how you sold it to them. See, it's being sold to her in this polite, uplifting mood, uplifting spirit shit. So she'll drink it all down. Like Antoine Sperm, she drank down probably before they shot the shit. That was me, but it's the truth. CHRUF, that's the truth. He's selling it as polite, but he's being gangster as fuck for real.
So this just piece, I can just be there and just be and not think about all that has been and that will be and kids and business and all those other things.
And also this other woman only sees the amazing things
exactly
about you,
yeah.
Right?
So there's a lot of beauty in that, and I will never be able to create that with Adina because we have so much history, we have so many things, we have so much laying ahead of us. So it's just a new aspect of life.
Why I think it's so important that we keep this mindset of an open and not open, I don't like that term, but free relationship where you don't have to, just because you want one thing, you cannot have anymore the other thing. But it is more the mindset of I'm such a multifaceted person. I'm not just one type of person. I have many aspects and I want to experience many things. And that doesn't mean that I don't love this person. It just means right now I would like to experience a little bit of that, you know? And
yeah, and maybe that's a good point to come back to. Like for me, all that free relationship ultimately means is that you're free to express whatever it is that is on your heart, on your mind, share it with your partner without being in fear. Yeah, that's for me what free relationship means. Yeah, and that can include whatever. Yeah, it's not just down to sex. Yeah, that's just again one element. Yeah.
See, yeah, okay, that and multiple parts with that. And see, that's where you beat a lot of these bitches in games like this before they even realize it. Because see, where a lot of guys make the mistake is they put a lot of value in sex. Stop putting a lot of value in sex. Because women only put value in what men put value in. You see? Remember that. Stop putting all this value into sex. Because you also got to remember, that little girl, Adina, whatever the fuck her name is, she was getting offers to get pumped and dumped since she was 12. And like I said, like a few videos back, by the time women hit 19 and 20, they done had so much sex, they're tired of it. All right? Now, a lot of them are too dumb to really grow off and know how to, enjoy anything else in life, other than to get jealous over another woman for what she has. A lot of women are too dumb to grow past it. But when it comes to sex, they done been pumped, dumped, screwed, rubbed, tugged, and all type and for the cheese grater and in between couches. She done everything by the time she's 20. Sex to I was talking to my dad. I use this I guess analogy. Sex to women and sex to men. Okay, sex to women is like they started out drinking Smirnoff Ice since they were fucking 10 years old, like a wine cooler, some weak ass alcohol shit. Since they were fucking 9 and 10 years old. So by the time they hit 20, they done moved they doing heroin with no problem and then going to work for 9 hours a day. Whereas see guys, by the time like we start drinking weak alcohol by the time we hit at best a lot of times, in most cases at best 16. We just start so we're like, yeah, dude, let's go get this, this light beer. We're going to get fucked up. And girls are like, ugh, you guys are just starting with light beer. That's fucking nothing. I was drinking that 5 years ago, and because they moved on to something else. So this is why I say, like, by the time they hit 20, they're so tired of sex. They really are. Look, and the fact that you have to openly communicate this to women. that sex is a small part of a relationship. Once you communicate that to a woman, your value to her goes up. Once you verbally say some shit like that, you go up because you're not like all the other guys. Because all the other guys just want to, because bitches know you want to fuck them. They know. So for the fact that you verbally say yes, and you come off as believable, as genuine, like how he goes, yes, sex is just a small part of the whole relationship, you're there. Once you, and you're believable, see, she's down. And then she'll do anything for you sexually, or she'll at least try it because that pressure for her to perform is now gone. Because she stopped having fun with sex a long time ago. All right. Her whole outview on sex now is, how do I perform to please the man? From some shit I learned when I was fucking 14 and I was fucking a 25-year-old who worked, who had a job that, you know, paid more money than I could ever imagine when I was 14. That's pretty much her perspective on the matter at that point. I mean, don't get me wrong, sex, it feels good, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to relationship, sex is nothing more than a tool at this point for a woman.
For me, free relationship encompasses everything. Yeah. That I'm free to express whatever it is I feel deep within, which I would otherwise eat inside, keep inside.
And coming back to the question, I think one aspect that you also shared me about that you like sometimes when you are with another person, with another woman, is that just I think we all have very unique ways of how we express intimacy, and Oliver has always been someone who likes to cuddle a lot and spend more time in bed and cuddle, basically just exchange intimacy, closeness for hours. And it's just not my character very much. I love cuddling also, I love closeness, I love passion and all of these things, but I'm just not patient enough to lay in bed for a very, very long time, for hours, and lay in each other's arms. And that's been something that's been bothering me for a long time, because I felt like I'm not giving him what he desires, and I have to change now, I have to be different. And he actually came back and he said, like, this woman really enjoyed to, you know, cuddle with me and lay in my arms and all of these things. So it made me feel inferior at first, but I'm starting to understand that it's beautiful if you get this somehow from another person, and it doesn't mean that it makes me less. It just means I have completely different aspects to give and to nourish. Oh, good question. I like that question from Nicolina Dukik. Do you wish you fell in love with a simpler woman than Adina?
No.
I don't know why.
Because probably then I wouldn't have fallen in love. Because, of course, as I mentioned before, I met other women, but I didn't fall in love. I enjoyed their company. And how I see it today is that it's going to be something more complementary. Yeah.
Complementary? What do you mean? Who's complementary?
These other
women.
Beings. Yeah, so...
Oh my God.
No, because today I see, I mean, if I've fallen in love with a woman that is simpler and less complex, I can guarantee you today I wouldn't be in Bali. I would still have my office job, and I would still be this very adult person, that I always knew I wanted to break free of that, and even though it was very challenging to be with Adina in many instances, it was also very beautiful because it forced me to break out of this, and to become more of a child, So to answer your question, though.
So next question comes from, I need to sit a little bit different because my belly is so big. Unique fake. Unique fake. Talk about rebuilding trust after betrayal. So basically the question is, how can you build trust again after you have been betrayed?
That's a good question.
Because you felt betrayed probably after our relationship.
Of course, quite a few times actually. And
see that? She's happy. You see that? Hey, y'all see how she was acting? She was happy because she got it. Look at her face after they talk about the betrayal. Look at her face. Watch her.
Betrayed, probably.
She was happy about that.
Quite a few times, actually. And
she's happy. But this shit, man. But ultimately, I would say, I say he's in control, and the thing is, she knows she's losing it because if I remember correctly, she's a bit older, so deep down she knows she's getting ready to lose. Like women could win the battle, but they always gonna lose the war. You know what I'm saying? Like they always they just could because it's because of what they had to offer. So yeah, she can go out and get fucked in a club. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is go in the club, stand up, and shut the fuck up, and just stand there and be a woman. Somebody's gonna try to fuck her. And see, like, this is why I went back off in an older video. Look at this shit. Like, as if she fucking, like, look at the response at her eye. Like, see, this shit, see, hold on, let me look at this. I can't stress enough to women. Look. The fact that you can go out and get fucked is not a feat. This is nothing that is fucking, it's not climbing Mount Everest for you. You don't have to do, all you got to do is stand up and see. So the betrayal on your behalf, this is not like you didn't win anything. You know, there was no competition. I mean, there's competition, but I mean, for a man to betray a woman and for a woman to betray a man are two completely different fucking hurdles in life. Because a man actually has to approach. He actually has to start talking. He has to look a certain way. He has to maybe even talk a certain way. But for a woman will pay him attention. All you had to do was just show up, take a bath, show up somewhere and stand somewhere, and you're going to get offers because you're a woman. So, like, women, stop. See, how can I phrase this? Just because you can go out and get fucked is not something that's not an accomplishment for you. That's an obligatory right because of your gender. All right, especially if you're a little cute. You are obligated to you are required to have this. So doing this should have, like, you know, I'm using this to get back at somebody. That is basic shit. Is what, like, man, like, see, women don't understand value in anything. They don't. They just don't. They don't get it. There's no value in you going out getting fucked, bitch. That's your right. Now that's why that old saying. A lock that could be unlocked by any key is useless, but a key that can unlock any lock is valuable. Men are keys, women are locks. If you go out there and just get unlocked by any key, bitch, you ain't valuable. Sorry. But if a key can go out there and start unlocking any lock it sees, or multiple locks other than just you, the one, well, that's a valuable key. That should be used, or I hope that's used around the world. Oh shit.
What helped me were two things. Thing number one, and I really believe that none of the people that are close to you actually have the intention to hurt you. And that's thing number one.
That's true.
And thing number two, I have kind of started to see Adina a little bit like a kid. Yeah, a kid.
Well, yeah. What do I say? When you deal with a woman, you're dealing with a child. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing with her. Oh, yeah, he knows what he's doing with her.
Because I learned a lot from my son, yeah? My son, of course, kids make mistakes, yeah? And they don't make the mistakes because they want to hurt you. They don't lie to you because they want to hurt you. They just make mistakes because they're kids, yeah? And they're learning.
And you're not a
we're
kid?
human. I'm trying to be more a kid.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah. And see, now that's a deep topic too. That people don't do things to hurt you. Because I know what if anybody's watching that, I know where that went. Well, Adina went and slobbed on Antoine's knob, so she was trying to hurt him. No, she see, and this is the deeper reality. She wasn't trying to hurt him. She got mad at something that she misinterpreted and thought it would hurt him, thought it would be a betrayal to him because she's really mad at herself, because that's what children do. Children really don't want to hurt other people because they just want to hurt other people. They hurt because they really hurt on the inside. They didn't get picked to ride the slide, or they didn't get picked to go play basketball. So now they're going to go bully this other kid. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, he's right. I agree with him 1,000%. Nobody on this planet genuinely meant to hurt anybody else. It's just that mess of life we all end up in, and things get misinterpreted, misunderstood, and now that hurt people thing happens around the planet. You see, because dingbat bitches, they have the brains of children. She thinks she hurt them, but she really hurt herself, and that's how you really pimp bitches. When you realize that she thinks she's hurting, that's how you pimp bitches, and that's how you run children. They think they're hurting you, but they're really mad and they're hurting themselves for real. Because yeah, I agree with him.
Kid again. Yeah, that's actually something I'm striving for.
Yeah, and men, we have to work at being kids again. We have to work to get back to that level of infantile mindset. We have to to keep it going for long. We have this thing called a conscience. I always say that word wrong. We have this thing called character. You see, this is why men, we like a lot more times than not, men, we're gonna think shit through. See, women don't have that. That's why you got like he said, like I said, you have dealing with a woman, you're dealing with a child that's pretending to be an adult and mimicking what she thinks the world wants her to be. All right, they're not grown. They're not loving. They're not caring. They're not grown. They're mimicking what they think the world wants them to be, but they're children. I don't care if she's fucking Hillary Clinton to the fucking custodian at McDonald's. When you get home with them and dive inside their brains, all of them going to do the same shit. From the drug addict on the street, from Sarah, the heroin addict sucking dick for $5 to Adina, to Hillary Clinton to fucking a female surgeon. All when you go home with them and deal with them for real, it's all gonna be the same shit. It doesn't change. It never changes.
I've become too much of an adult, I think. Yeah, and my goal is to become again more childlike. Yeah, and you can see it with kids. Yeah, they don't hold grudges for years. Yeah, you see it with animals. They don't hold grudges for years. And I think it's ultimately something you should learn for yourself. Yeah, and if the person is important to you, then absolutely try to look beyond what.
The only difference between women and children is probably what he just said. Children and animals don't hold grudges for years, where women will. Now that's about the only difference. A woman will hold a grudge for years.
What they've done wrong, yeah, in your view. I mean, it's always your view and your perspective.
And ultimately, I would also say it's very beneficial for you personally to rebuild trust again, not even for the relationship you have with the person who you feel betrayed you, but it's for you, right? Because ultimately you are running around with the grudges inside of you, making your world darker, and with all those thoughts, what did he or she do and why did he do that? And then it affects your entire experience of life right now, right? So just letting go maybe also of that feeling that you have been betrayed, something negative or bad or wrong happened to you is going to impact you also personally.
Oh, absolutely. Especially the relationship with that person, yeah. So if it's important to you, absolutely something you have to learn.
Okay, guys, this was our Q&A for today. I hope you really, really, really enjoyed it. We were saying all the things straight from our heart. Nothing was scripted. He didn't know any of the questions I would ask him. And I also didn't think about any of the answers I just gave you. It's really coming straight from our heart. If you like this content, and I know you did, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and also the little bell on the side to always.
Why is your ass hanging out in the top? Man, this bitch. Y'all see that? Look, bitch, you are 40 years old with 2 kids with your hugging your ass cheeks for your Instagram picture. Get this shit out of here. Anyway. Yeah, I was wrong about him. Ultimately, like when I heard the story at first, it didn't sound good. But when I heard him talking, no, he's in control. He's in control of that shit. He's in control. He's doing it like that's polite alpha shit. Like I said, you can be alpha and be a nice guy. I would say that in my live streams, you can be nice and still be an alpha. He's nice and he's still doing alpha. The bitch know he's out fucking other bitches. She knows it. She even talking about how she can't even please him. And he'll find it from another woman. And happy sitting on the couch together. And then not only that, he's going into explanations on how and why. That's how. But it's but like he's doing it. See the way. Okay. Ultimately, what women are going to respect as alpha is this. Ultimately, is are you genuine about what you feel and think? It don't matter what it is. Are you genuine and about what you feel or think? Or are you just trying to live up to somebody else's standards in the world and or cultural norms? Because I mean, perfect example. Look at Ted Bundy and them motherfuckers. Bitches can't get enough of men who went to prison for murdering their own family. Bitches can't get enough of them because they genuinely believed and owned what they thought was right. Genuinely. With no fear in their eyes about it or no fear in their voice about it. He genuinely owns. He's a nice guy, but he genuinely owns it. Now, maybe the bitch cheat on him, whatever the fuck. Let's just be honest. He cheated on her first. She just didn't know about it. Let's just be real about it. He fucked another bitch before she knew, but she thinks she won. He's in control. He's in control. He's in control. Let's look at the comments. Imagine having a child with this girl. Hell no. She is a hypocrite. It's insane. So sad. Cheat on him with his friend. Bullied him into an open relationship. I don't think. Okay. He said. Okay. Maybe I should have went in on this part too. He's in control. Okay. The vibe I get from him. He's not being used at all. Is he using her? Yeah. But he's free. I think they call this being a psychopath. Because I don't think he doesn't love her. I think he recognizes she's a good partner and he has love and respect for her. But no, he don't love her. No. Because I don't think he's in control. Because the fact that she had to keep cheating and then keep fucking with him means that she was desperate for his attention. The fact that she had to keep doing that shit and then keep coming back and fucking with him still, she was desperate for his attention. And she was doing, see, you're reading it wrong. Not Nansnell Vogman, I don't know how to pronounce this shit. She is incredibly desperate for his attention. That's what that is. He's in, and now that I'm thinking about it more, from what I'm gathering from this video, he's the one in control, for sure. He's in control. But anyway, that's the video, man. I gotta go. You guys have a good day. Bye.